The election of Keir Starmer as the leader of the Labour Party in the United Kingdom marked a significant shift in the political landscape of the country. Known for his background as a barrister and a former director of public prosecutions, Starmer brought a sense of legal rigor and a centrist approach to the party. As he assumed the role of Prime Minister, his policies began to unfold, revealing a complex and often controversial agenda. One of the most contentious policies to emerge under his leadership has been the initiation of mass deportation flights, a move that has sparked intense debate across the nation and beyond. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. Starmer's decision to embark on mass deportations came as a surprise to many. During his tenure as Labour leader, he had positioned himself as a defender of human rights and a champion of fair immigration policies. However, the pressures of office, combined with a surge in populist sentiments and mounting concerns over national security and economic stability, appear to have driven him towards this drastic measure. The policy aims to address illegal immigration and expedite the removal of individuals who have exhausted all legal avenues to remain in the UK. The first flights under this new directive began quietly, with minimal fanfare. Reports soon emerged of early morning raids in various cities, where immigration enforcement officers rounded up individuals targeted for deportation. These operations were swift, often leaving little time for those affected to contact legal representation or gather their belongings. The government justified the urgency by citing the need to prevent absconding and ensure the smooth execution of deportations. Critics of the policy have been vocal and numerous. Human rights organizations, legal experts, and political opponents have decried the mass deportations as inhumane and legally dubious. They argue that the speed and manner of the raids often lead to violations of due process and infringe upon the rights of the individuals involved. Many of those targeted for deportation have lived in the UK for years, established families, and contributed to their communities. The sudden removal of these individuals not only disrupts their lives, but also leaves significant emotional and economic voids in their communities. Furthermore, the logistics of mass deportation flights have raised practical and ethical concerns. Reports have surfaced of overcrowded detention centers where deportees await their flights, often in substandard conditions. The flights themselves, operated by chartered planes, have been described as distressing experiences for those on board, many of whom are transported in shackles and under heavy guard. The destinations of these flights are varied, often to countries with questionable human rights records and limited resources to support returnees. In Parliament, Starmer has faced tough questions and considerable pushback from opposition parties. The Conservative Party, traditionally more stringent on immigration, has paradoxically found itself in the position of critiquing the Labour government for overstepping ethical boundaries. Liberal Democrats and members of smaller parties have similarly condemned the policy, calling for immediate cessation and comprehensive reviews. The debates have been heated, reflecting the deep divisions within the British political spectrum on the issue of immigration and deportation. Starmer's defense of the policy rests on the argument that it is necessary for maintaining the integrity of the UK's immigration system. He asserts that the UK has always been a welcoming country, but must also be a country of laws and order. By deporting those who have no legal right to remain, he argues, the government is upholding the rule of law and ensuring that the immigration system is fair and effective. He points to the broader context of global migration challenges, emphasizing the need for robust measures to protect national security and social cohesion. However, the backlash from human rights advocates has been fierce. Organizations such as Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have launched campaigns to raise awareness about the plight of those facing deportation. They highlight individual stories of hardship and resilience, aiming to humanize the statistics and galvanize public opinion against the policy. These groups argue that mass deportations do not address the root causes of migration and instead exacerbate the vulnerabilities of already marginalized populations. The media coverage of the mass deportation flights has been extensive and polarized. Tabloids have often portrayed the policy in a sensationalist light, framing it as a necessary crackdown on illegal immigration and a step towards reclaiming control over national borders. In contrast, more progressive and liberal outlets have focused on the human cost, showcasing stories of families torn apart and communities left in turmoil. Social media has also played a crucial role, with activists and ordinary citizens sharing stories, organizing protests, and demanding change. One of the most poignant aspects of the debate has been the personal testimonies of those affected by the deportations. Many of the deportees have shared their stories through media interviews and social media platforms, painting a vivid picture of their struggles and fears. These narratives have highlighted the often arbitrary and bureaucratic nature of immigration enforcement, where minor errors or misunderstandings can lead to life-altering consequences. The emotional weight of these stories has struck a chord with many, leading to growing public sympathy and calls for policy reversal. The international response to the UK's mass deportation flights has been mixed. Some countries have expressed concern over the human rights implications and have called on the UK to adhere to international standards and agreements. The European Union in particular has been vocal, urging the UK to ensure that deportations are carried out with full respect for the rights and dignity of the individuals involved. On the other hand, some nations have supported the UK's stance, viewing it as a sovereign right to manage immigration and protect national interests. In the face of growing opposition, Starmer's government has attempted to mitigate some of the criticisms by introducing measures aimed at ensuring fairness and transparency. These include increased access to legal assistance for those facing deportation, enhanced oversight of detention conditions, and the establishment of an independent review body to monitor the deportation process. However, these measures have been seen by many as insufficient, and the calls for an outright halt to mass deportations continue to grow. The political implications of Starmer's mass deportation policy are significant and multifaceted. Within his party, there has been noticeable dissent, with some Labour MPs and grassroots members expressing their disapproval and demanding a shift in approach. This internal conflict reflects broader ideological divisions within the Labour Party, between those who favor stricter immigration controls and those who advocate for more compassionate and inclusive policies. Starmer's leadership and ability to navigate these divisions will be crucial in determining the future direction of the party. Beyond the Labour Party, the policy has the potential to reshape the broader political landscape in the UK. Immigration has long been a contentious and polarizing issue, and Starmer's approach may influence voter perceptions and realign political allegiances. For some, the policy represents a necessary stance on immigration control and national security, which could attract support from traditionally conservative voters. For others, it is a betrayal of Labour's values and a departure from the party's commitment to social justice and human rights, which could alienate core supporters and drive them towards alternative parties. The societal impact of mass deportation flights is also profound. The policy has contributed to an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty among immigrant communities, many of whom now live in constant fear of being targeted for deportation. This climate of fear can have detrimental effects on mental health and well-being, as well as on social cohesion and integration. Communities that have long prided themselves on diversity and inclusivity are now grappling with the realities of enforced removals and the loss of valued members. Economically, the policy has raised questions about the cost and effectiveness of mass deportations. The logistics of coordinating and executing deportation flights, maintaining detention centers, and providing legal and administrative support are substantial. Critics argue that these resources could be better spent on developing comprehensive immigration reforms that address the root causes of illegal immigration and create pathways for regularization and integration. There is also the issue of labor shortages in certain sectors, where immigrant workers play a crucial role, and the impact of mass deportations on these industries could be significant. Looking forward, the debate over mass deportation flights is likely to remain a key issue in UK politics. As Starmer's government continues to navigate the complex terrain of immigration policy, it will need to balance the competing demands of upholding the rule of law, protecting human rights, and addressing public concerns. The outcomes of this policy will not only shape the lives of those directly affected, but will also have lasting implications for the UK's identity, values, and place in the world. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what do you predict will be the outcome of these deportation flights? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.